Hey guys, welcome back to Double the Hustle podcast. This is episode number 12, and I'm Tori.
And I'm Anna, and today we are debunking all the twin myths that you guys have, from twin telepathy to classic switches, and even who's the evil twin. Come on, let's take a listen.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about debunking twin myths. So basically,
This will be fun.
Are they real, or are they really just myths?
A lot of them are probably myths, you think, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of them are, but what's like the first thing that like someone like always asks you is like if there's like a myth or not? Can you like think of one?
I think a lot of people just ask like if you could like feel each other's pain, or like
Right.
like have the same like thoughts, like telepathy, or like something like that. I think that's like most people's like question, or not concern, but like question, like, can you guys actually do that? Do you guys actually feel each other's pain? Do you not? Like,
yeah, so twin telepathy, we can start on that one, but basically people think like, oh my god, can you finish each other's sentences? Or like if I say half the sentence, can you finish the other half? But like not like that. But definitely I think twin telepathy is a thing emotionally.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just because when you feel something, I kind of like, I guess, drag off that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But definitely not like physical or like, you know, finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like, let me transfer my thoughts to your head, you know? Like it's not
People
like
say
that.
it's like, it's a little bit less, but it's definitely, I don't think that's a myth, twin telepathy.
I don't think it's a myth, but I think it's over exaggerated.
Definitely.
Because
I agree.
We don't, you know, it's not as clear, as people think it is, you know?
Yeah, it's
like
more like
think,
low key.
Yeah, but I think that like people, like you said, think that they could like finish their own sentences, or like, I don't know, like whatever they think twin telepathy is, but that doesn't actually happen. But I do think, like you said, like emotionally, I think there's like a different type of like bond.
But,
like,
yeah.
I also think that it's like, I think that maybe other siblings have it to a degree as well. I don't, you know, if you're like close in age or like.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never asked someone that question, like if they feel that way.
Like emotionally?
Yeah, emotionally.
Maybe they do, but I think like us.
Well, let us know if you have a sibling. Are you like emotionally connected to them, you know? And if they're sad, does that make you feel sad? Is that how you explain it? Like that feeling kind of, I guess?
Yeah, I just know, like, I guess when something's like more like wrong, like with you, you know, I feel
exactly,
like I could tell, like even if you don't say anything to me, like I know.
Or if you say like, no, I'm not mad.
I know like, that you're
right,
mad,
exactly.
You know? So I think that it's definitely not
a myth, but it's exaggerated.
Yeah, it's exaggerated.
It's a little more low key than that. Going on the pain part, can you feel each other's pain? That's, I think, again,
that's a myth.
Totally a myth if you're talking about physical pain.
Yeah,
if you're talking about like emotional.
Like when you went to the beach, and I remember this when we were a kid, and you went in the water and you didn't have like water shoes on, and you stepped on the shell and it like went all into your foot, and all I remember was you walking out of the sand and just seeing like a footprint of like blood,
right? Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, but like I didn't like feel that like, oh, my foot you know, like is hurting too. I didn't feel that. So I definitely think that like pain is not
the pain part of physical is definitely a myth, but emotionally, again, if you're talking about emotional pain, no, I don't think that's a myth.
I think that you know, you can sense it like a little bit, but I agree. I don't think that it's like as harsh as everybody thinks that it is. Like it's like faint.
Yeah, I agree. That story is crazy.
Yeah,
I went to go like swimming out in the ocean with little Aunt.
Yeah.
And I stepped on something and I knew right away that something went right through my foot.
Yeah, like I didn't feel that. Or like, you know, I don't know. Like, remember when I was a kid and I fell down the escalator? Like,
oh my god, yeah,
like
Dad went running after you.
Yeah, like, did you feel like you were tumbling when I fell down the escalator? Like, probably not, you know?
I see,
or
like you like fell down and then Dad's running backwards trying to catch up with the escalator that's like going the other way, and No, I didn't
It
feel
was
that.
bad. I was remember being like, I'm not scared of them now, but I remember like being terrified of them like as like a kid
really?
because like yeah. I
When
mean,
does that happen? Holy shit.
I don't think it was like, like I faintly remember it, like but like not like fully, so it's kind of, I'm not like too scared of them anymore, but I do remember that. So it's not like you were able to feel my pain as I was like falling down the escalator.
Definitely not. That's totally bogus.
What's the next one? What's something that comes to mind when people
are always like, who's the evil one? I don't
I think it's
right
like
off
a
the bat,
Disney fairy tale sort of twins myth. Like
even in movies with twins, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a movie
Isn't
set
there like
theater,
like Disney character twins that one's evil and one's nice?
I have no idea.
Maybe I'm thinking of like the witches from Cinderella.
No, I don't know. Are you yeah, no, I'm not sure, but like I think that's more of like a movie like a movie myth. It comes from a movie.
Yeah.
I don't think, unless maybe you guys could tell us if you're a twin.
I don't think one's
is
we're
the
not
evil
though.
twin.
No,
yeah, I don't.
Yeah, definitely.
Is
not.
that a myth or not? I think it's a myth. I don't. Obviously we can both be mean to each other and we have fights all the time, but I don't think
that one's evil.
One's evil and one's not.
Maybe as we get into our older age, like when we're like 80, one will be evil and one will be nice, but I don't really think
Yeah,
that.
I don't think there's an evil twin. Next one, the classic switching.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like if people are like, "Oh, do you guys switch classes?"
Have you ever switched classes before? Have you ever?
I was
taken
actually
her test?
switching. I was actually talking to a lady the other day at the dispensary, and Mike had introduced her to me. She was like one of his clients who sings.
Oh, and she's a twin, right?
No, her sons are twins.
Oh, got it.
And I was like, "Oh, do they want to be on the podcast?" She's like, "No, I don't think they would do that." I'm like, "Okay," but she did say that like they used to do that stuff.
Like switch?
Switch.
Yeah, I think we could have used it a little bit more to our advantage. We
Yeah,
didn't
I
really
think people do. I think people really do that. I don't think it's a myth. Like people actually switch.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not
Yeah.
a myth. We've done it once before, but like we could have definitely used it to our advantage way more.
Yeah,
than
like
how-
one was smart and one was not smart, and they would switch for their classes. And then they got caught. They eventually got caught.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, we switched once.
But not for a test or like anything serious,
it
like
wasn't
just
serious.
for
It was
fun
a
and
joke
jokes.
as like for a teacher. Like it was such a joke. To see if they would know who's who. But like other than that, we didn't switch, I think, ever again.
No, yeah, and I think that it, like when you're like, there's like a sense of like scaredness of like doing
In
it,
you?
like you're like nervous already sitting in the class, like trying to take the test, sweating because you know that you're doing something wrong, but like nobody else knows, but you think everybody's looking at you, like,
Right,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they know, but like they really don't know.
Yeah, do you think that like even in like the Parent Trap when like they switched,
Yeah.
like I think at least if we did that, like our parents would totally know.
Yeah, but Pop would never know.
Yeah.
I think that, I
Yo,
don't know.
you want me to tell you something so funny?
What?
Yesterday's great. So it's Palm Sunday, whatever. I go to drop off food at their house. And
At Anna Pop's house?
yeah, Nan and Pop's house. And he's
What do you mean
driving.
you dropped off food?
They
didn't
put
come
it in the
over?
oven. No, because the oven broke.
Oh, because the oven broke. Okay.
So he's driving like whatever down the block because he's already leaving and I'm going to his house. So I'm going to meet Nan. He stops me and we're like talking in the road and he's like, "Oh, I know you're Victoria because Rara just called me and said Victoria's bring food over to my house, right?" So I'm like, "Yeah, what?" We're talking and he's like going to get lotto tickets. So I'm like, "Grab me a number," and so then I drop off the food and I go to the dispensary.
Yeah.
I go to the dispensary. An hour later, he happens to come to the dispensary.
You're in the same clothes, right?
Same clothes.
Okay.
He goes, "I just saw your sister. She was at my house dropping food off." And I said, "Oh, Anna's dropping food off." I thought that maybe they had ordered from the pizzeria.
Okay.
Because you were there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, so funny, whatever." He's like, "Yeah, I was just talking to her about lotto tickets." I'm like, "Pop, that was
Pop,
me.
that was me."
I came to the dispensary right after.
In the same clothes, everything, just an hour later at a
Same
different
clothes.
time.
And then after the
Like
dispensary,
he was definitely not paying attention.
not at all.
Just probably zoned out. Like,
Yeah, not at all.
what?
I go home right after the dispensary. They come over an hour later. I had showered and changed whatever to eat dinner. And Ange goes to Pop as a joke. Look, Anna got off of work. She's here. And he goes, oh my God, that's so great, Anna. Whatever. And Ange is hysterically laughing. And Ange goes, that's Tor. 3 times in one day.
That is crazy. Oh my God. But if somebody jokes with him like that, then he's gonna believe him. Like he believed Ange, you know? So that's like messed up for her of doing that to him, because that's crazy. That's so really funny. So three times in one day he
thought that he was talking.
Well, really 2, because he knew that it was you in the beginning, because Rara told him.
Yeah.
Or else he would have never put 2 and 2 together, like you're in a different car or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Insane.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. Pop.
Yeah, but other than that, the switching thing, people definitely do.
But I think that, so our parents probably would know. Maybe not in our younger age, but now they definitely would.
Definitely going through school, they would too. We could never switch how the parent, like, even though that was like scripted, we could never do that.
Yeah, no.
Which is kind of funny.
But they've really looked alike. Like, I don't think we look that much alike.
In school, like when we were younger, I can't tell pictures apart though.
Yeah, but that's like when we were like young.
Yeah. How old do you think they were? I don't know. Teens, like early teens, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know how young.
I think from like 6, like maybe like 6 to 10, you couldn't tell us apart.
Yeah, maybe
even sooner than that, like 5.
But they were like 10. Exact, like skinniness, the same. Like
I know
we were not.
But young, yeah, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we would have had to try to figure it out. But,
I know.
So switching is twins definitely do it. When we have twins on, we'll ask if they switch. Obviously not boy and girl, but
yeah, we're gonna get some cool twins on the
same sex twins probably.
What?
Switch. Some people more than others, you know?
Course. Yeah.
The 2 that I was talking about before were 2 guy twins. One was really smart and one wasn't.
Yeah.
And they switched. So I think that definitely...
Oh, yeah, that's so interesting. That doesn't apply to, obviously, boy and girl twins.
Yeah.
Or like fraternal twins.
Yeah, like you can't switch or do anything like that. Like everybody would know.
Yeah. Super cool.
It's probably a different bond for them as well, you know?
Yeah. Well, we're identical twins, so like people always say like...
Oh, but you could be the same sex but fraternal.
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So people are always like, since we're fraternal, you look the same. I don't know, your personalities are the same. You talk the same. And then you have people that are with us like every day and say like, no,
they're
you're
so
totally different.
Which we are.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I could say this with a straight face, like, I do not think we look alike, like, at all. And I say this to everyone. Like, I look in the mirror and I see myself. Like, I don't think, we look like sisters, yeah, of course. But I don't think we look exactly alike. But some people are like, how do you not see that?
Yeah.
Like,
I was talking to somebody the other day about listening to our podcast, and they listen on iTunes. I was talking to Jen, and she was like, she's like, I could tell that's you, but like you guys sound so similar.
Yeah, and I don't think so at all.
Can't even tell like who's talking on the podcast.
I know.
I think that's crazy.
Put in the comments who you think is talking right now.
What's the next myth that you think that
the birthday one? Like if we fight over like who's older, like as a birthday, you know what I'm saying? Like people are always like, do you always say no? I'm older. Like I get to do the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think
but
that's not really a myth, because I feel like, sometimes it's never like,
I mean, we're close, so maybe other people like do take that as like a win on the argument, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I'm older than you.
Yeah. But that not for us. I mean, we always celebrate our birthday together and do shit together, so that doesn't really apply to us. But Anna was born first. You were born first.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I don't think that's a myth at all.
Yeah, but I think that the birthday thing, it doesn't really bother me that we like share a birthday.
No,
but there's also like, some people. I guess it's the same as like having like a birthday too close to a holiday, and like you only get like could you imagine if there was only one of us and we could get all the gifts that both of us got? Right. Like our parents had to spend money on we'd be giving two kids gifts, but instead I could have got them all. So it sounds a little better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like people who have their birthday like around Christmas.
Yeah, like Ange.
Poor Ange.
Her birthday's right around Christmas, and she gets skunked with not having, like, she has a birthday party, but like it's really close to Christmas, and I feel like maybe she'll get like a few presents from Christmas. They'll just give her for her birthday.
That's funny. Yeah, if you guys have any crazy twin stories, we would love to hear them and like feature them on our podcast and like see what we kind of think about them. You know, that'd be kind of cool to like for people to put in the comments like their craziest twin stories and like we like talk about them.
Yeah, what do you think our craziest twin story is?
I'm trying to think.
I don't really think that we have a crazy,
besides like Pop not like knowing us, the toenail thing, with
like being switched.
Being switched at birth.
I wonder if people have like actually been like switched and like know about it, like that they for certain know about it. Like I think that would be like a cool to have like guests on that like.
How would you know though?
Well, they would know now.
Like DNA, like
yeah,
whatever,
DNA, like testing,
fingerprints
they
or
would
something
know.
like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
To have somebody on that's like actually been switched. Like we think we've been switched, but like not
it's
that
not
like
confirmed.
Not that we've actually been switched.
Right. Yeah, I think we are definitely going to get twins on to go over these myths like and see what they think, but it might be different for like a lot of people cuz like you have different opinions, different bonds. Like we're so close. We could have twins on here that like never even talk.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be, you know, totally different. Or boy and girl. Obviously they're not as close.
Yeah.
I mean they may be like really close, but they might not be like as close as some, you know, same sex.
And I think we'll see that
bonds.
as we go throughout in like inviting twins on to have on the podcast. Like I feel like if they're not the same sex, they're going to have less of a bond. And I'm curious to see about that because I think that it's
like you then grow up with like different friend groups.
Yeah.
Obviously you might like they might like clash together, but you grow up with like different friend groups, then you talk to different people, you don't really hang out until you get home. Like you know
like
what I'm
our
saying?
friend group growing up was the same.
Was the same, yeah.
Yeah, but also there was both guys and girls in the friend group. So maybe
that's true, yeah.
Maybe it's not like to that degree, but also you're like we played sports together. If you're not the same sex, you're not playing sports together. You're on different teams. Even if you're both playing basketball, you're still like on different teams. So I think
that's so true.
I don't know how it would, like I think they would have a less stronger bond, but I don't know.
Yeah, just maybe different.
Maybe
yeah,
that's
not
not that's maybe that's not, you know, like I'm saying that because like that's how I feel, but like maybe it's a myth and maybe they actually have a really strong bond.
Yeah. That's actually really interesting because I never thought about that.
Yeah. That's a myth that I mean like we can't answer
like
because
about the
we're
bond. Yeah,
because we're the same.
If
we're both girls, but
same sex have like a stronger bond than like
or
identical have a stronger bond than fraternal, something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if because we're identical we have like very similar.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like Amanda and Danielle, they don't. I mean, like they may be like really close, but they definitely like don't hang out as much as we do together.
Yeah,
they're not like, you know what I'm saying, like as close as we are together. So like they're definitely
maybe it's
close.
because like we were one egg and then we split
that's
into
what I'm saying,
two,
like
so we're like the same genes.
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's
I wonder
weird.
how that'll be. We have to figure that out and see. Like, we'll get
Brianna and Nick on our podcast. We'll ask them.
Yeah, I wonder if that makes a difference that we were like one egg that split into two because of the same genes. Maybe that's why we have like a better bond or like do the same things or like want to.
Yeah, if any like geneticist or like scientist or doctor knows more about twins, we would love to have you on the pod because that'd be crazy to talk about someone like that actually
like
knows
the actual DNA like inside.
Yeah, like good science behind like twins. That'd be super interesting, I think.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
What's it like when one of you is in a relationship and the other isn't?
Our bond goes out the window. That's what happened.
A little, yeah, actually.
Yeah, it really does.
Not out the window because like the other person has someone, but like when Anna was in a relationship and I wasn't, we definitely weren't as close.
Yeah,
and
but
as
I
soon
feel
as
like
you got
that's
out of
when
the
I
relationship,
felt the most like distant from
different.
you.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like I feel like I don't know being like in a relationship, like you have, like we were talking about before, like you have like somebody, that person is like who
that's
like,
your person,
your bond.
Yeah.
You know, like who you're like trying to like connect with or who you like are connected with essentially. And I just feel like how many close bonds, you know, like are you supposed
Right.
to have? Like obviously you're supposed to make time for everybody, and in my next relationship I guess I would do that a little bit different, just because I don't know, in my last relationship we were like together like 24/7, and I feel
Right.
like that's unhealthy, and also like giving time to like other people, you know, to like balance it out.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't like bad. We just
No,
like,
it's not
weren't as
bad,
close.
but
But like as soon as your relationship ended, now we like do everything together. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
But like it's interesting because like you said that like you spent 24/7 with that person, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we do now. But we've been doing that for the past like 23 years, and we're like not sick of it at all.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get sick
You know
of
what I'm
it.
saying?
Like when you're in a relationship, you don't get sick of it. Like,
But you're
not,
saying like you were with them too much.
yeah,
like, that
I
doesn't
just
really
feel
happen.
like I think it was I just feel like, you know, like
Like give that person time.
yeah, like
themselves,
I
like,
guess
to grow,
I
whatever,
guess it's
do.
the factor of like knowing that like you're always going to be there too. Like you have no
I guess.
choice. Like that person like has a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're not you don't like nobody, you can't say like, oh, I'm not your sister anymore. Like, okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
what
could
does
say
that
I'm
really
not
mean?
talking to
But
you.
like, I just feel like you're. Sometimes I feel like I get sick of you. Then we fight.
Yeah,
right?
but like
it's
5 minutes. Like,
yeah, but it's the same as in a relationship. I just feel like in a relationship, like
that's so true though.
you never get to like if you're with the person 24/7, like you're never like missing them.
That's true.
You know, like I'm. Like you're my sister. Like I don't have, not that I, like it's different because you're trying to create an emotional bond with somebody like in a
That's new.
relationship.
Well, yeah, like,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
so like when you're trying to like create that relationship, like you want that I miss you factor to like always be there, or else like, oh cool, you're home.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But like we don't have to create like the I miss you factor, you know? Like there's no
Yeah.
reason for like we're not
like us to miss each other. Yeah.
yeah, like there's
Yeah,
no
I get it.
like the emotional bond doesn't have to be that like, you know, like it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's different.
Well, because also it's a biological bond.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing that bonds you.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone getting into a romantic.
Yeah, you're creating a new bond at like 23.
Somebody it's somebody that like you've never met before, like, and like you thought there was a spark there, so now like you're dating, so now you're like still trying to figure it out, or like still trying to create a bond.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have to create a bond, we already had that bond like there for us, so therefore
Yeah,
there's
true.
like no reason to like work on it, but like obviously like we could work on our relationship, but like there's no reason for us to like work on, you know, like it's
Yeah, that's true.
it's just
You
there.
became each other's person again.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it did make you.
But like it was also good because like I went away to school, so like it did. You know what I'm saying? So like half the time it didn't really even matter.
Yeah.
At that point. But yeah,
Now it matters because
yeah, it's pretty
you're
interesting.
not at school, but
yeah, right.
no.
It'd be interesting to see when you both
Opposite.
get.
We'll never see each other again. Yeah, gone. Like only for the pods. Oh, only for the pods.
How's your last month been going?
What's it like sharing a friend? Like one person who's not a twin being friends with twins. Like, do you guys have any friends in common that?
Yeah,
we have Jenna?
yeah. But it's kind of like we're just like three people. Like it's not.
She always puts us like in a group text. Like she'd never like text us like singular.
Separately?
You know?
Not individual relationships. You guys are a three-way friendship.
Yeah,
Like if we're gonna
definitely.
go like out to like eat or something, like it'll be like all of us. It's not like
Yeah, it's rarely just like one of us.
yeah.
It'd be interesting to have her on and her perspective being both your friends.
Yeah, it would be. That would be funny.
That is
She is funny. Yeah, I think it's never like yeah, it's not like an individual thing. Like the other day we were talking about running a marathon.
Yeah,
And, like,
then,
we're all gonna do it together.
It's
Like,
not
so
like
it's-
just one of us. That's funny.
That is funny. So I guess like it's
Yeah, it just becomes
you
like
gain
three
two
people.
friends.
Yeah.